Drop your silver in my tambourine. Just call me angel of the morning. Hey.
1968 wasn't just another year in music. It was a year when boundaries disappeared and creativity reached new heights. Psychedelic rock, soulful ballads, unforgettable instrumentals, and bold new voices all competed for the spotlight, creating songs that still resonate more than half a century later. Some became instant chart toppers, while others earned their legendary status over time. But which song truly defined the sound and spirit of 1968?
Spring was never waiting for us, girl.
As we count down the top 10 songs of the year, you'll rediscover timeless classics, uncover fascinating stories behind the music,
Come to me tonight. Come to me tonight.
and stay with us until the end for a #1 pick that continues to spark debate among music lovers even today. Number 10, Girl Watcher, The Occasions. We're kicking off our countdown with a song that perfectly captured the carefree feeling of the summer of 1968.
Oh, that female, my, but you do look.
Girl Watcher by The Occasions wasn't built on complicated lyrics or groundbreaking musicianship. Instead, its easygoing groove and irresistible chorus made it an instant crowd favorite. Whether it was playing from a car radio or blasting at a beach party, this was the kind of song that made people smile before they even knew the words.
Well, would you please walk a little slower?
It climbed all the way to number 5 on the Billboard Hot 100, becoming the biggest and only major national hit for the North Carolina band. Here's a fun fact. Although the song faced criticism from some radio stations for its playful lyrics, that controversy only made more people curious enough to hear it. Sometimes a little attention goes a long way. But if you think bubblegum pop couldn't become one of the year's biggest sensations, our next song is about to prove you wrong.
Before we continue, may I ask one small favor? More than 90% of people who enjoy these videos never subscribe. If this channel has ever brought back a favorite memory or helped you rediscover a great song, please take 1 second to subscribe. Every video is created with hours of research, writing, and editing because these timeless classics deserve to be remembered. It's completely free, and your support helps us keep these unforgettable songs alive. Thank you. Now, let's get back to the music.
Help a poor man build a pretty dream.
Number 9, Green Tambourine, The Lemon Pipers. Our number 9 pick is a song that sounded unlike almost anything else on the radio in late 1967 and early 1968.
Pennies, I'll take anything. Now listen.
Green Tambourine blended psychedelic rock with catchy bubblegum pop, creating a dreamy sound that listeners couldn't get out of their heads. Behind the colorful production, however, was a band that never intended to become bubblegum stars.
Watch the jingle jangle start to shine.
The Lemon Pipers originally preferred blues and psychedelic rock, but their record label pushed them toward a more commercial direction. The gamble paid off spectacularly as the song reached number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100, making it one of the first true bubblegum pop classics.
Reflections of the music that is mine.
Here's something many fans don't know. Several members of the band later admitted they weren't enthusiastic about recording the song at all, yet it became the biggest hit of their careers. Funny how music works sometimes.
You toss a coin, you hear it sing. Now listen.
But the next song on our list was louder, wilder, and packed with enough energy to shake every dance floor it touched. Number 8, Nobody But Me, The Human Beings. Coming in at number 8 is a song that almost never made it beyond the garage rock scene, yet somehow became one of the most unforgettable anthems of 1968. Nobody But Me by the Human Beings exploded with raw energy, pounding drums, and one of the catchiest choruses of the decade. In fact, the word no is repeated well over 100 times throughout the recording, something few listeners ever realize until they go back and count.
No, 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 no.
Despite its simple formula, the song raced into the Billboard Hot 100 Top 10, giving the band its one and only major hit. One fun fact, decades later, the song found a whole new generation of fans after appearing in films, television shows, and commercials, proving that great rock never really disappears. If you've been enjoying this countdown so far, let me know in the comments which forgotten hit from 1968 still deserves more love today.
Nobody can do the thing like I do. Nobody can do.
And trust me, you won't want to miss our next pick, because its unforgettable melody changed instrumental pop music forever.
Not if my love can find your heart.
Number 7, Angel of the Morning, Merrilee Rush. Our next pick is proof that sometimes the most unforgettable songs are the ones willing to take a risk. Angel of the Morning by Merrilee Rush wasn't just another love ballad.
See no reason to take me home.
It told the story of a relationship that challenged the social norms of its time, at a time when many radio stations were cautious about lyrics hinting at romance outside of marriage.
Love to face the dawn.
The song's emotional honesty made it stand out from everything else on the charts. Released in 1968, it climbed to number 7 on the Billboard Hot 100, instantly turning Merrilee Rush into a household name.
Of the night, I won't be.
Here's something many fans don't know. Before Rush recorded it, several artists had already turned the song down because they worried it was too controversial. Ironically, that very controversy helped make it a timeless classic, later covered by artists from Juice Newton to Shaggy.
Blinded by the light.
But while this song won hearts with tenderness, our next pick didn't need a single lyric to become one of the year's biggest sensations. Number 6, Classical Gas, Mason Williams. Few instrumentals have ever captured the imagination of listeners quite like Classical Gas. Long before guitar instrumentals became common on pop radio, Mason Williams blended classical elegance with folk and rock influences to create something completely original. What began as a showcase for Williams' remarkable guitar playing quickly became one of the defining recordings of 1968, reaching number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 and later winning 3 Grammy Awards, including Best Instrumental Composition. Here's a fun fact many people don't realize. Before becoming a chart-topping musician, Mason Williams was actually a comedy writer for the Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour. His success surprised many in the music industry, proving he was far more than a television writer. More than 50 years later, Classical Gas remains one of the most recognizable instrumental recordings ever made. But if you think that performance was unforgettable, our next artist literally set the stage on fire. Number 5, Fire, The Crazy World of Arthur Brown. Some songs become famous because they're catchy. Others become legendary because nobody had ever seen or heard anything like them before. Fire by The Crazy World of Arthur Brown was exactly that kind of record. Opening with the unforgettable words, "I am the god of hellfire," the song exploded onto radio stations around the world and climbed to number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100, while reaching number 1 in the UK. Arthur Brown's theatrical performances, complete with face paint and a flaming helmet, shocked audiences and paved the way for future rock icons like Alice Cooper and Kiss. Here's a fun fact. During one live performance, Brown's flaming helmet actually caught fire for real, forcing crew members to rush on stage before anyone was seriously hurt. It only added to the legend surrounding the song. But our next pick proved that even the strangest lyrics imaginable could become one of the biggest hits of the year.
Ran one step ahead as we followed in the dark.
Number 4, MacArthur Park, Richard Harris. Every once in a while, a song comes along that leaves listeners asking the same question. What does it actually mean? That was certainly true for MacArthur Park by Richard Harris.
Fevered on like a striped pair of pants.
Written by legendary songwriter Jimmy Webb, the nearly 7-minute epic combined orchestral pop with surreal imagery, including the famous line about someone leaving the cake out in the rain. Against all odds, the ambitious recording climbed to number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100.
The parted pages and were pressed in love.
Proving audiences were willing to embrace something completely different. Here's a fun fact. Jimmy Webb later explained that many of the unusual lyrics were inspired by real memories from his relationship with his girlfriend at Los Angeles' MacArthur Park.
I don't think that I can take it, 'cause it took
making the song far more personal than many people realize. Whether you consider it brilliant or bewildering, few songs have sparked more debate. And speaking of surprises, our next hit became famous even though the singer wasn't the star attraction.
the park is melting in the dark. All the sweet green ice.
Number 3, The Horse, Cliff Nobles and Co. Some of the greatest hits in music history happened completely by accident, and The Horse is one of the best examples. Released by Cliff Nobles and Co., the record's vocal version appeared on the A-side, but radio DJs unexpectedly flipped the single over and began playing the instrumental B-side instead. Listeners loved its energetic horn section and irresistible groove, sending The Horse racing to number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100. Here's a fun fact that still surprises music fans today. Cliff Nobles himself doesn't sing on the instrumental that became his biggest hit. The musicians behind the recording became famous, while the band's frontman was barely heard at all. It's one of the strangest success stories of the 1960s. But our runner-up owes its success to a playful misunderstanding involving none other than the Beatles. Number 2, Judy in Disguise, John Fred and his Playboy Band. Before reaching our number 1 song, we have a record that turned a simple misunderstanding into a chart-topping phenomenon.
I've taken everything in sight. Unzip this.
Judy in Disguise with Glasses by John Fred and his Playboy Band was inspired by John Fred mishearing the Beatles lyric Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds.
Wearing your bracelets and your new round.
Rather than ignore the mistake, he transformed it into a playful, catchy single that quickly climbed to number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100, becoming one of the biggest surprises of 1968.
With your living brown.
Here's something many fans have never heard. John Fred reportedly worried that the Beatles might think he was mocking them, and even considered apologizing for the song. Whether that story is entirely true remains uncertain.
To me tonight. Come to me tonight.
But it has become part of the record's enduring legend. Still, remarkable as that achievement was, one unforgettable instrumental managed to define the sound of 1968 even more completely. Number 1, Grazing in the Grass, Hugh Masekela. Topping our countdown is a song that proved words aren't always necessary to create magic. Grazing in the Grass by South African trumpeter Hugh Masekela brought together infectious jazz rhythms, joyful melodies, and an energy that instantly lifted people's spirits. Released during one of the most turbulent years of the 1960s, the instrumental offered listeners a few carefree minutes of pure happiness. The result was extraordinary. The The song soared to #1 on the Billboard Hot 100, making Masakela one of the very few African jazz musicians to achieve mainstream success in America. Here's a fascinating fact. Masakela originally wasn't convinced the tune fit his musical style, but recording it turned out to be one of the most important decisions of his career. More than 5 decades later, its bright horn melody still feels fresh and timeless. And that's what makes the greatest songs unforgettable. They continue bringing people together long after the charts have moved on. Those were our top 10 songs of 1968, a year that pushed musical boundaries and gave us unforgettable hits that still sound fresh decades later. From psychedelic rock and soulful ballads to groundbreaking instrumentals, these songs helped shape one of the most exciting years in music history. Now it's your turn. Which song would you have crowned #1? And is there a favorite you think deserved a place on this countdown? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this trip back to 1968, don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more classic music countdowns, and join us next time as we revisit another unforgettable year of timeless hits.